Hello and welcome to MAViSMITH Podcast 30. I'm GFA and I'm joined with Mav this week, as I say this week always. If you don't know what MAViSMITH is a content creation company that owned by myself and Mav. We have a YouTube channel where we upload content ranging from short films to music videos. We upload whatever we want and are open to suggestions, so always let us know if you have anything in mind. We also stream games on Twitch at twitch.tv/MAViSMITH, which is what our lovely live viewers are watching us on right now. You can catch us on all social media under MAViSMITH, but mainly focus on Instagram, so make sure to follow us there. Topics today range from Friends, the TV show, and movie reviews, and also, most likely, a Stephen Hawking tribute. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 30. How's everyone tonight?
A little bit of freestyling.
There was a bit of freestyling there.
First of all, sorry we are late.
Super.
There are no Mars Minis in this room.
Was it open?
They're all safe.
Okay, good.
So as you said it first of all, sorry the podcast is going up today. I know that there's thousands of people just waiting on a Monday afternoon. They sat on the bus on a Tuesday morning. Oh, my life's a mess. I'm going to listen to MAViSMITH and make my day so much better. When they boot it up, they couldn't find it. They almost told the bus driver to go faster.
Too much thigh there.
Too much thigh. Damn! Thick with two C's. We're now. I love the, like, you know, the change in. You should see the MAViSMITH room before we go live. It's so miserable. We listen to music, just chilling out. As soon as that go live button, fricking. Everyone's having a good time. But yeah, sorry we're late. We've been super busy. Have we? What did we do Monday? What can we do on Monday?
Monday?
Oh, yeah. So Monday was my dad's birthday, so we went out for dinner.
What can we do Monday? What was so important? My dad's birthday.
What was so important? So we couldn't stream Monday. Then Tuesday, yesterday, we had our first ever, like, one of our friends came to us and was like, hey, play our new game for us. So that was a cool experience. So we had that yesterday. And then here we are today. We were a little bit busy this afternoon, evening, well, night now. But we've gone live. It's going to be quite a short podcast. We're still going to bring you amazing content and the best, but mediocre, fun times. First of all, how are you doing, JFA? You good?
I'm good. I'm all fed. And I'm good. We were both having a bit of food deficit. It'd been 9 hours, and the mood was bleak, ladies and gentlemen. The mood was bleak, but I feel powered up. I feel regenerated, re-energized. It's 21:42. It's nearly 10 o'clock, and I feel like I've now got all the energy I should have had about 12 hours ago.
Exactly. I feel like I could tackle a whole day at doing MAViSMITH stuff. Let's get straight into it. As you said, pay our respects to the Stephen Hawkins, passed away this morning. Do we know why?
Oh, just old age. Well, I say old age. He was in 1962.
40 years he got extra than what he was supposed to get.
Yeah, was it 1962? I think it was or maybe 68. He was born in 42, so I think it might have been 68. He was told.
Whatever it was 40 years ago today.
No. What I mean. He was told.
He was born.
No. He was told. Yeah, for whatever. Yeah, he was told that he had 2 years maximum to live, and then he revolutionised physics as we know it, and lived for 40 years more than he was not supposed to, but estimated. And
crazy.
What a person! What an absolute inspiration!
There's just some people in this world that just have it. Him, Elon Musk. You just know that, you know, they're thinking up ideas that no one can comprehend. Like, you know, you just can't. There's certain people in this world that just have that. You know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know where I'm going with it, but they have it. So Elon Musk, if you're watching this, sponsor us, bro. We're into space and shit. He paid Kerbal Space Program
at least once on the stream. And we could launch the Falcon 9. I mean, what else? Sorry, guys, the thigh's going to come into it. It's more comfortable for me. Right.
God damn.
Does that count as like? Is that like
titty streamer?
Is that thigh?
You're going to turn too many people on, George.
Damn.
You're turning two people on, and tune into YouTube to find out.
If I take this way, you get full thigh action.
Tune into YouTube, and you'll see the sexy thigh that we are referring to as well. So we'll pay our tributes to him. Did you see Theory of Everything?
I didn't actually. I didn't see it.
What a film! I think I've gone into a little. I'll tell you a little fun fact for anyone that doesn't know. Anyway, so Eddie Redmayne, who played Stephen Hawkins, but he played Stephen Hawkins, and he actually didn't get a chance to sit down and talk to. He didn't get a chance to sit down and talk to Stephen Hawkins. He got 20 minutes that he was able to ask all the questions and learn his mannerisms. That's all he got. Obviously, it's a lot easier for him than it is for other people because he can just go on YouTube and listen to and watch and see how all that works out. And then the next time he saw him was when he was in the cinema watching the film.
That's crazy.
And he was like real nervous about watching it because he was
wouldn't be? Stephen, yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah, nervous Rex.
A nervous Rex?
No.
Or a nervous wreck? What were you going for?
Rex.
Okay.
I should have said wreck because he ain't nervous, is he?
He's not a dinosaur either, mate.
It's a T-Rex, bro. Anyway, yeah. I mean, MAViSMITH's been popping off the past couple of weeks. Should we talk about the show that we're doing? Or should we keep it under wraps? I don't know. I want to talk about it. I mean...
Yeah,
yeah.
I think let's tease the tease.
How far do we get? How much teasing do we do? I always blue ball the receiver of the tease, and I got told off for blue balling. So we wanted to do a vlog, but
technically we are still doing a vlog.
We're still doing a vlog. So it started off as we wanted to do a vlog, and we wanted to. It's really putting me off. So you guys can't see this, but if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, we're looking at the camera, which is on my TV, and on the TV right now is the software that we're recording on, and it's how much is the delay?
250 milliseconds.
250 milliseconds. You don't know how long 250 milliseconds is because it's the most off-putting thing when I look at the camera and I'm not looking at me. Like when you look in a mirror. Have you ever, when you were younger, try to catch yourself in the mirror?
No, I never
look
in mirrors. No, I can't.
You're breaking.
I'm a vampire. I can't see myself.
No, I don't know if you used to as a kid, but I did. I would look in the mirror, then look away, and then look back again to see if I could catch myself in the mirror and not looking. But you can never do that because it's it's life. But right now, I can look.
Are you stupid?
Well, I was young. Right now, I can look at you, look at the screen, look at you, and I'm not. No, it blows my mind.
Because on the podcast, I'm not going to go
into it. Nah, no one cares apart from us. We care.
Nobody cares.
I'm a pretty stupid kid, but yeah. So we wanted to do a vlog, and I don't know why we decided to just not. Well, we wanted to do a vlog, but we wanted to make it different. And
I think the biggest thing was we knew that our lives outside of what we do on stream and on YouTube are not that interesting at the moment.
No, they suck.
Well, yeah, okay. And so making a vlog about our sucky ass lives, no one's going to watch that. No. So we thought we'd do something. We do vlog when we do something fun or something out of the ordinary. We vlog it. Like there's a vlog coming out about that launch party we went to the other night. But day-to-day basis, we're nowhere near interested enough to have a vlog.
Imagine that vlog. It would be me stacking fucking shelves all night, and you
you
just sitting at the
staring
desk,
at a computer for 8 hours, and then getting on a bus.
And then it would literally just be the podcast, which you can see anyway. And then
Tuesday nights it would just be sitting down, editing, and learning.
Oh my god!
Wednesday nights would be plays.
What a boring ass stream.
Our life goes from work to MAViSMITH to work. That is life right now. And hopefully one day it will be MAViSMITH.
Yeah. So, and we drew huge inspiration from a YouTube channel called Sugar Pine 7. I would recommend checking them out. They're a really funny, very funny.
They paid us for this?
No, they're not paying for
Don't go and check them out.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
And we kind of drew heavy inspiration. They do they do a vlog, but it is a vlog, isn't it? It's just a vlog TV show kind of thing. It's credited as a TV show because it's on IMDb.
It is a TV show, I would say.
But it's a real vloggy format. They have cameras, and it's not very.
Would you say a vlog? I know a vlog is a video log, like a blog is whatever written. Like,
you're gonna blow my mind just then, but you just didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does the B stand for in blog? Because vlog is video log, but what's blog? Is it?
I'll have a quick
button log.
Don't be so fucking stupid. So blog stands for. Nothing. Blog is an expression of we blog. It's web blog.
Got you. So
web blog.
Is blog just a term, and then vlog is just a play on that?
A blog is writing online because it came from the expression we blog or web blog. as in web blog.
Weblog,
And then they just got
yeah.
rid of it because weblog. Imagine going, "Oh, I'm a weblogger." It doesn't sound
Oh,
very cool,
weblog.
so we just made
Okay.
it weblog.
So would you say a vlog has to be the person holding the camera facing them? Is that a vlog?
But then, does that make Friends a vlog? Does that make How I Met Mother a vlog?
No, that's what I'm saying. Because Sugar Pine don't film themselves with a camera; they film. They never turn the camera on themselves ever. The camera.
No, oh no, yeah.
So would you distinctly say that the reason it's not a vlog is because they don't? If they turned it around and did it the other way around, arguably you'd then call it a vlog because it's like, hi everyone, blah 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 blah. And they're holding it at them rather than being filmed as if it's a cameraman doing the work.
Gotcha.
And I think that's where you differentiate between a vlog and a show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, cool. So we decided that we wanted to do a TV show, but we didn't want to just do our lives because again, our lives are boring. So we can't really do. So we had to come up with our own idea for a show. And yeah, we wanted to kind of really come up with a good idea that people would enjoy and we would enjoy doing as well.
Yeah,
that was the big thing.
We don't want to we love working and doing MAViSMITH, but we don't ever really want to be forced to do something we don't enjoy because that's the whole reason of doing something that's not a 9 to 5 everyday job. It's because we want to enjoy what we do. And we get if an advertiser approach us to I don't know, Red Bull, right? Let's say they approach us with can you make a Red Bull advertising or Monster? And they're like, can you do a
or Nurofen?
Can you or
McDonald's
or Ronald himself? And they said, can you do a paid promotion for this product? And they said, we want you to meet these requirements. We may not enjoy it, but we'd probably do it because it would benefit us.
Oh yeah, and you can learn, you can learn a lot from doing stuff like that as well. But yeah, so it's kind of difficult to kind of work out what it is. Anyway, so we decided to do. Should we tell what the idea is, or should we keep on the DL until we premiere it?
I think which idea
about the show?
I think give a very rough basis of what the show's going to be, but let's not give away anything we filmed. It's
going to be our life of making it on YouTube. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to give you. Good? Yeah?
Yeah.
You think that's
no, I think that's good. It's a show about two broke boys trying to make it on YouTube. Do you know that? Do you know that show, Two Broke Girls? Every time I think about that, no. So that's it. We're just trying. It's our life trying to make it on YouTube, but we're making a funny.
And there's a lot of we're trying to. The problem we've got with Sugar Pine, in my opinion, is in that style of vlogging is you can't get cinematic shots in it without it looking completely out of the ordinary. Whereas we're always shooting it with nice shots, and we're not really holding the camera as much. And it's not like when GFA's holding the camera handheld, I'm not always looking above the camera, whereas they are. If they're talking to Steven and he's holding the camera, they look above the camera, kind of thing.
Well, it's because they're always talking to each other, even though they never make the viewer aware that they know the camera's there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, all the time.
I don't really watch it.
All the time. They always look above the camera and go right to the camera like this. So they're like, oh yeah, how's it going, dude? Always. But yeah, no. So we're using cinematic shots. So we're incorporating the drone. We're incorporating using stabilizing where needed, so it's not shaky. It's going to look pretty good. We've filmed the first episode.
Most of it.
Okay, I thought we'd filmed the full episode.
There's a few things we have to do.
Oh yeah, there is. And we're gonna have a cool intro. We've got so many ideas for episodes to do. But we're gonna film a batch of them, and we're still undergoing a little bit of rebranding as well.
Yeah, what you've seen get changed as the last 24, 48 hours is the first little sneak peek of the whole rebrand that's coming in. There's a lot's going to be changing over the next sort of couple of months. This entire channel, YouTube and Twitch, will probably look very different in 6 months' time. Not that that's a bad thing. It's not going to change. The content will probably be just as shit as it is now. But the just general setup, the quality, the logos, the whole branding, all of it. We're still MAViSMITH, obviously, but it's going. Is that Star-Lord and GFH?
As we mention, as we mentioned the as we mentioned the rebranding, we've just had a
Hooked on a
picture from
feeling.
our art designer, and he sent us some pretty cool ideas. So
Oh, so he has.
just got something in from him. It looks quite sick, but we're going to keep.
Does it
on
all say Mav?
Yeah, it all says Mav. No,
Motherfucker.
fucking look on it and have a look.
I'm joking.
So it looks sick. So we have some stuff coming in. Where's your sexy thigh gone?
Oh, sorry, guys. Which one do you want? Do you want the right or the left? I can let you
Other
go to
one.
this one.
There we go. Now we're talking. But yeah, so that kind of covers the show and the rebranding. Again, we had so many ideas, but we rubbed them off the whiteboard. That was it.
I'm glad you said whiteboard.
A dude CGI'd Henry Cavill's moustache on him for £500 on a £500 computer. Better than what they did. How? First of all, that's the world we live in right now.
Second of all, wasn't he using the deepfake software?
Oh, no, he couldn't have been. Oh, he might have been.
That's what I heard. I remember reading something about that he used a deepfake software to do that. Because I did read that. I think I read that article and he was like, yeah, I did it better than they did it in this multi-million-dollar suite in whatever. And I think he used that deepfake software to do it. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, though.
Just a little side to what someone in the chat just said. Ali said, just both go sit in the lotus pose. I had to Google what a lotus pose was, and I cannot do that. It's the yoga pose. You know, when they put their legs up and they sit like a absolute... I can't really try. I'm going to try and do it now. It's kind of like, you know, they sit up. Oh, fuck. And they got this, and then they got this.
Right. Right. I'm not even going
to... It looks like you're just going to have to go to YouTube to find that out.
Right, hang on.
Look at that.
What? They've got their legs above their thighs, though.
They do that. That's some
Wait,
weird...
how does she have her second leg? Was it so? Hang on.
Oh.
What? Lotus cars.
Lotus cars are still how?
No, because she had like one. She had a leg on top of a.
No, she didn't. Her leg is underneath her leg. Look, one goes on and one goes over. Yes, crazy.
It's like.
Anyway, let's.
But it's like this is above that bit. Oh,
yeah, it's weird.
All
right, we saw our first film with our membership card. I'm still waiting for my membership card to come through the post.
Yeah.
Cinema, the cinema man, the man who owns every cinema, emailed us and said, MAViSMITH, love what you're doing. You look good. You sound good. I want to give you a card. And then he gave us a card, and we can go and see any film we want, anywhere we want in Basildon Cineworld. So.
Well, he approached us, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he was like, well, I want to work with you. And we were like, well, we're busy. You know, maybe. And then he gave us a card. We went and saw 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. What a great film, huh?
It was a very good film.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson sent me a copy of it a few months ago, and I watched it. And I felt like it wasn't good on a small screen. And on the big screen, it really gave it that presence that it needed.
I tell you what made that film, the script and the acting. Nothing else. The script and the acting made that film. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But the pass only allows myself to go with my pass and GFA to go with his pass. So no one else can come with us, and he was very assertive about that as well. But it was a great film, honestly, so good. It really takes into account when a little spoilerish, but you know the film, a girl gets raped and killed, raped and burnt alive, and the police do nothing about it. And one of the not really a twist, but one of the cool things about it is that it was actually done right outside their house, and you don't really know that until halfway through the film.
Until the end of the film.
Yeah, and until halfway in the film. Yeah. And Woody Harrelson.
You kind of don't you find that out?
They do have a burn patch right at the billboards, but it's not until she's standing with Woody Harrelson's character, and you can see the billboards right from the house. That's the first time you see.
Yeah. Got you.
You know that she drives past them every day, but you just assume that you can't. It's that close.
Got you.
It's honestly a great film. Frances McDormand nails the acting in it. Absolutely nails the acting in it. It's absolutely incredible.
The whole If you want if you want to go and see a film that's come out in the last sort of like 6 months, I'd say that has just incredible acting. I'm not saying it is the most entertaining film you ever see. I'm not saying it's the best best written film you ever see. I'm not saying it's the most cinematic film you ever see, but if you want one that just has fantastic acting all round and just can entice you into a story that shouldn't really entice you in, go and see it. Go and see Three Billboards. Can't recommend that enough. If you like a juicy script, drama driven, phantasmo acting extravaganza, go see Three Billboards.
Just look at a review. So, Ready Player One came out. We're going to see it on the 19th of March.
It's not out yet, is it?
Next Monday. No, the reviews came out. We're seeing it next Monday. It comes out next Friday. Comes out on my birthday. Comes out on me birthday on the 29th of March. Don't know what that accent was, but it does. And we're seeing it on the Monday because Mr. Cinema Man, who gifted us the card, was like, "Do you also want the whole cinema to yourself in a 200-seat cinema? You can lay across the seats. You can have free popcorn. You can have free hot dogs. You can have free beer. You can have whatever you want. Enjoy the film 4 days early, 10 days early. Sorry, my bad. 10 days early." And we were like, "Well." We checked out our schedule and thought, if we move it, yeah, why not? So then we did it. The reviews for that came out quite good actually. So 75%. One of those films where you go into it, you're not going to think the plot's incredible. You're not going to think the acting's top notch. You're going to go in, you're going to sit down, you're going to eat your popcorn, you're going to eat your hot dog, you're going to look sexy doing it, you're going to leave, and then you're going to be done. It's going to be a great film. You ain't going to think about it in 10 years' time, but you'll enjoy it in the moment, I think. I feel like you're really ready. You're really ready to say something right there.
I'm really worried I'm not going to like it. And here's why. That film, a Spielberg film that has had that much hype about it, is coming back with only 75% and Rotten Tomatoes has got 65%.
But it hasn't got that much hype about it. Only I have been hyping you up. And I think it was never good. I've said to you, it's not going to be a film. It's going to be good. It's going to be a fun film to watch because of all the pop culture references in it. Is the reason it's going to be fun to watch. It's not going to be a great film, no way, because you need to have. Well, it's all. The problem is coming from a book to a film. They basically take from the book what parts they want, and they've ruined a massive twist in the book, in the film. And I'll explain to you after.
Well, no, because if I don't know it, I don't want to know.
No. That's what I say. I'll explain to you after, just in case they do pull a bait and switch. Whereas I think I was reading reviews. Because I've read the books, so I know what happens. I've read reviews, and I think they just didn't do it. And it's one thing that really made the book great. So I really hope that is something they've done, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Right, and I was also just looking at the Tomb Raider reviews have come out. So I saw the trailer for End of the World. No, I saw the end of the fucking world. That is the title. I didn't just swear because I know I swear a lot. That is the name of the title. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good show. I want to say it's because I was British. It was very British humor. It was a very British based film, and I think I was reading some of the reviews. So they were saying that stereotypically Americans didn't enjoy it because they just didn't get the humor. But the actual book, that it was based off, was actually written in America, but they brought it over to the UK and made it like a UK, which is quite cool. Sorry, did you finish on your point about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be one of those films. From the get go, I knew it wasn't going to. I will be annoyed if I'm not entertained.
I think it would be entertaining. I'm just really worried that I'm going to go in thinking it's going to actually be a good film, I'm going to come out and go, well, the first hour was cool, and then it got a bit. But I don't know. I'm going to wait until I see it. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. I'm going to go in with a complete blank mind.
It's the best way to go.
Did you see that Blade Runner 2049 won an award for the best sequel ever or something? The best sequel or best reboot ever or something?
Best reboot or best sequel?
Best
sequel goes to 22 Jump Street, hands down.
I think it's best sequel of a film that was like a certain age. I think I can't remember what it was. It was some weird award. But
what was the competition? Jurassic Park, Jurassic World?
Yeah, something like that.
They ain't never.
Well, no, because Jurassic World came out. It's more like like Alien or Predator or something, probably.
Oh.
But
I want a good Alien film.
they're bringing Alien Isolation was the biggest disappointment.
Alien Isolation, was that what we saw?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
right.
what? Just
The god awful one.
dreadful film. That was such a shame.
I came out of that and I was really scared that when I said to you I didn't like it, you and your brother, or your brother, who else did we go with?
Lawrence, I think,
Lawrence,
was
we're
there.
going to be like, oh, it was so good. And I was like, and as soon as I got out and you guys went, the hell was that? I was so relieved.
I was so disappointed. I don't think I've ever been so disappointed in like from coming out of a film in such a long time. Like Aliens, the first and second Alien films were like two of my staple films growing up. Like they're still two of my favorite films. The second one, Aliens, with the James Cameron one with the Space Marines and Hicks and Hudson and Ripley. What an incredible film! Like all the puppetry, there was no CGI other than like explosions and the flying and stuff. But obviously, like the majority of it was like real action and real effects and the puppetry for the aliens. What an incredible feat of an achievement of a film, especially for that the age that it killed. You know, the year it came out and whatnot, 86, I think it was. And then they come out of that Alien Isolation bullshit, or what? Not Isolation. What was it called? Isolation's the game. What was the new Alien called? Covenant. What a turd on the floor that film was. It just took the entire genre and the entire concept of those movies and just went, remember everything. Do you know what I was saying about X-Men? Where they remember everything we showed you in all those other films, and it's gone. This is a new. This is. It was just
I did like the shot though of the alien on top of the plane
ship,
and it's like walking. I like that, and that's all I liked in the entire film.
Danny McBride was all right in it, but that's because he wasn't really in it. Unfortunately, I think like they underused that character. The whole Michael Fassbender part was rubbish. Get him out of films. The last good film he did, in my opinion, was Bloody Inglorious Bastards. What did he do since then? A couple of decent films, and then he just went downhill the second he did. What film did he do first of all that was just dreadful? Other than the Snowman and Alien Isolation. Oh, and Assassin's Creed, and he's had a very bad year or two. That bloke for acting. He's been in dreadful films. He hasn't done a good film for a long time. Bless him. I say bless him. He's a multi-millionaire. Fuck bless. Fuck that.
Yeah. No, but, it's. Anything else? Anything else you wanted to talk about? I forgot what we wrote down. My mind is...
Friends is what we're going to talk about.
Friends. Now, my rant of the day. So, I love Friends. I think Friends is a great piece of art. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking on Google at the bottom of their page. I've got a Stephen Hawking like remembrance.
That's awesome.
Physicist, philosopher, hero, Stephen Hawking.
He is a bit of a hero.
Oh, without doubt.
What a bloke.
You need to see theory of everything.
Yeah.
So Friends. Yeah. Now, what are we wrong about?
So Friends.
Right.
I like the show. In fact, I would say I love the show. I when I watch it, I still laugh. There's still bits that make me cry when I watch it. I still love the comedy, the humor, all the actors, the characters. It's a great show. It's a classic. You can't really go wrong, especially if you're hungover. You want 20 minutes to sort of just. It's a great watch, and if you don't have a lot of time, you want to.
You said 20 minutes. You said 20 minutes. You're going to be there for about 3 hours.
Yeah, because I watched the entire first 2 seasons when it first came onto Netflix within like a day, but it's incredible. But this is our problem with Friends, and Matt made a very good point, and actually I'll let you talk about it. It's the laugh track.
It is a laugh track. However, it's not all. It's not only just the laugh track. It's the writers. It's the writers.
Incorrectly placed
jokes.
Yeah,
we just watched an episode. The one where Monica and Shannon get married, and Rachel is taking the second test. Now, I've actually got a little bit of respect for them. They did that entire scene serious until Phoebe goes, oh, it's positive, but now you know what you feel like. Then another joke. Then I can be like, and I was waiting for the joke to come in during that, and I was when we were eating McDonald's and watching it, I was waiting for the joke to come in, and it'd be like, oh well, I don't want the baby anyway.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. How I Met Your Mother. is the only sitcom that I can think of that I would class a good sitcom, but like a good, like not good because it's Only Fools and Horses is hilarious. Is it the best piece of art? Not really. That you know
It's up there with British TV.
Oh, no, it's real far up there. I'm talking about in general over everything. How I Met Your Mother looks good. It's written well, and it has comedic timing, and it can play with your emotions. I'll admit I cried a hell of a lot during How I Met Your Mother because there's some scenes that really, really, and because of the writing, hit home, and it's able to really pull on your strings at the right times, and they don't crack jokes willy nilly. So, Friends, one of the scenes I mentioned was when Monica and Chandler are getting when they proposed, and when they proposed, um, when they proposed, they kind of it was kind of serious, and then like they were like, "Can we come in yet?" And they all came in, and you're just like, "Oh, if you had cut it at that, it would have been absolutely great. Like, it would have been perfect." But they just make jokes, and when Phoebe is saying goodbye to David for the second time, or the final time, I don't know. Anyway, saying goodbye to him, and she longs Joey off, and then Joey comes in, and she's like, "Not tonight, Joey. You can shout at me tomorrow." And then then that this really sad and powerful moment, they could have just cut to black and then had the Friends theme tune, but no, they make a joke about Joey being dumb again.
They always end on a joke. Always. They can't leave you on a serious note that sort of tugs at your heartstrings or like makes you sort of go, oh, that's quite a serious moment. They always have to just get that little. It's like, oh, and I'm really sorry, but your father's just died, and then they have this little comedy knife where they just go right at the end, just stab it in, and they just do a little inappropriate joke that's just not necessary. It's not funny.
Yeah,
and they just stick it in. Yeah, it takes the entire moment away from the show. And they do that. There's not one occasion in Friends where they don't do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's always a joke to come and break the serious tension. And that's great. I mean, I get that maybe that's the way they wanted to do it. They never wanted to be a serious show, but then don't write in serious storylines, serious dramatic, life-changing storylines. The only bit when they don't do that is right at the very, very end of the entire thing when Rachel goes, "I didn't get on the plane," and then she's like, "That's the only part that you're like, oh, that's quite sad because like that's the ending of it. And also it's like the end of the show. That's it. No, there is a joke there. There is a joke there because Ross says something stupid, and then he goes, "I shouldn't have said that."
Oh, maybe. No, I can't really remember.
He said something about being on a break. She goes, "I didn't get on the plane," and then he goes, "So should we do it? Should we really try and make this work? Because I don't want anything to change. I want to be with you for the rest of my life and never mess it up again." And then he stands back and goes, "Unless we're on a break," and then gets that joke in there. And then the laugh track goes, "Ah ha ha ha, ah ha ha ha, ah ha," and then he goes, "I shouldn't have said that." He goes full Hagrid.
I'm telling you now, Kit Kat, if you're watching this, the Kit Kat commercial, you need to make a joke with Ross and Rachel, and you need to have an advert about them taking a break. I don't know why you haven't done it yet.
That is what? Yeah, what are they?
I don't know why you haven't done it yet, but you need to get it done now. Clip it, send it to Twitter, tweet Kit Kat, and say, "What are you doing?" What did I say?
You sort of
what?
Huh?
Oh. Yeah, so that's my problem with Friends. It's a good show to have on in the background, but How I Met Your Mother, I would actually sit there and watch like I'm watching like Walking Dead I don't watch Walking Dead anymore, but like Breaking Bad I don't watch Breaking Bad anymore. Like Game of Thrones.
I think for me, Friends and something like The Big Bang Theory have the same issue. Because you don't get emotionally invested or tied to the characters, you don't really care about them you care about them, but you're not tied to the storyline. You could watch an episode of Friends and then watch an episode, halfway, like 4 or 5 episodes later, and still kind of know what's going on and enjoy it. Whereas you can't do that with like a drama show, like a serious show like Breaking Bad or anything, Punisher, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. I mean, Walking Dead's a bit meh at the moment,
Punisher is just
but you can't skip 4 episodes and still be into the storyline and enjoy the episode because you'll be like, well, what's he referring to? What's all that? Because there's no depth in Friends or anything, which is fine. It's a sitcom, but it's as you said, How I Met Your Mother, you can kind of get emotionally tied into the episodes, and they link to old episodes all the time. The only time Friends do it is when they refer to a joke, which is Monica used to be fat,
Yeah.
Chandler smokes, they're on a break, Janice, Joey's dumb and likes to eat a lot, and Phoebe's weird and has a twin sister.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
And yeah, it's a shame. I'm sorry, it really is a shame because it takes away from the show. It takes away from the show, and it kind of it puts it on a bit of a downer.
Debbie Downer.
Bit of a Debbie Downer. But yeah. So, have you got anything else to talk about? Because we might jump to some questions, some ask Reddit questions like what we used to do.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Just Monica. No, I think there's. I'm trying to think. I might have. Let me just quickly check my little topics. Sometimes I write something down that I want to talk about, and then I forget to check.
You don't. You write down like odd words from the question, and
don't.
you can't.
I've written meme one, by the way. The first draft is done.
All right, good, cool.
It's long, but it's good.
Meme one is a short film coming out.
A short film we're working on. Okay, so podcast topics. Oh yeah, okay. I was about to say no, but there is one. We spoke about it on last stream, I think, and we said let's talk about that on podcast.
What was it?
Video games leading to violence.
Right.
We mentioned it on, I think it was on Saturday, or maybe yesterday, Sunday. Well, bloody hell, I don't know what day of the week it is. Tuesday.
We're completely. It's Wednesday. It completely like that. Yesterday threw off like.
It's thrown my compass off completely because I'm not used to having a day during the week off, ever. So, and the fact we streamed, it felt like a Saturday. So I keep thinking it's Monday today.
Yeah.
And because we're doing the podcast a day after we streamed, it's odd.
Right. So, what do you think on gun violence? On video game violence? Sorry.
Video games violence? No.
Yeah. Well, we both agree there. Why? So? Say I turn around to you and say I disagree with you. What would your first thing be?
I don't necessarily think video games lead to violence per se. When someone says, "Oh, he shot up this place or that place," it's because he played GTA. No, it isn't. There's 101 reasons why he did that. Most of it to do with mental illness or mental incapacity to deal with something that's happened in his life because he's not being helped or trained by his teachers or peers or family. But more than anything, I feel that it can lead to maybe violent tendencies. What I mean by that is it can bring the worst out in you. Like when you play Call of Duty, for example, silly sort of reference to make, but that brings out the worst in every person I've ever met, where they've never heard someone get so angry and say some despicable things until they play that game, and it's just pure rage. I feel like it can bring out anger, and it can bring out sort of that that side of you that you don't usually bring out, but that's good because it allows you to release. It allows you to release the anger that you may have built up inside of you at other times. So I actually think it's a good thing to get angry at a game.
God, Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 anger is just off off the rocker.
But yeah, and I think that they're so you can learn a lot of important and actual real good knowledge from video games, whether it's locations or you read you drive around, in a game and it teaches you about geography, or you go and you play a game like Assassin's Creed and read some old history books about the Vatican or something, and you learn about this or that, which they're all accurate books though, they're not made up. I'm not saying go and play GTA and try and find out where this place or that place is because it's exaggerated, but there's a lot of really intelligent games that you can play. Kerbal Space Program and stuff. There's games that will help you learn stuff that you may not be interested in reading, but if you play it and it's a game like Kerbal, you can learn so much from it.
Yeah, it's Lee Evans is a comedian over here. Well, he was a comedian. He's retired. He did a funny sketch where he was like, "Well, why don't you see people doing up the cha-cha slide after watching Strictly Come Dancing?"
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of there's something there before video games ever come into effect, and I feel like it's another way that the government and people. It's my conspiracy alert. They're trying to get out of the whole mental health by blaming it on video games, to use that as a scapegoat, so they can't go, well, actually, our nation's fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. You're bang on right.
They're going like, oh, you know, yeah. So it's one of those things where I'm like, well, it's mental health. If you don't see it, you're ignorant. If you don't agree with it, you're wrong.
Or or you're just turning a blind eye because you don't want to deal with it, which is what the government does. And I just want to take 2 comments from the live Twitch chat that are really good comments that is a good little thing to chuck in here. First of all, I will respond to Mel. Yes, I have seen Ricky Gervais's Humanity. It's really funny and it's really good, worth watching 100%. I'm probably going to watch it again because I really enjoyed it. And Alina made a very good point. In Japan, they have the most violent video games of any country, like per capita, or not. In general, they have the most violent video games, and there's less gun violence there than in America. Japan had 65. I'm not sure what this is referring to. I believe maybe last year or whatnot. From 2002, Japan's had 65 shootings. America's had 11,347. It's a big old difference there. I'm not saying that's an accurate. There's a lot of things to come into consideration with regards to population and access to firearms and the general mentality of the public. But yes, and the place and whatnot. But that's a very good sort of thing to look at. Video games really don't affect your mental health that much, and in any way they can help you learn, help you connect, they can develop social skills. That's just been found, talking and playing with your friends online, very good way to develop social skills. And Mel also made a very good point. War was a thing before video games were even anywhere near the creation. Humans are historically violent at the end of the day. And yeah, that's it.
Very good points. To me, it's nothing apart. Like, we're not going out wanting to harm people, and we play a lot of video games.
Yeah, exactly.
We play a lot of video games, so yeah, I feel like it's just the government's way of turning a blind eye, as you said, and being able to get around the whole mental illness blame. They're just trying to move it on a bit, so they ain't got to go, well, we've got to fund our hospitals to treat, and yeah.
One of my favourite quotes of all time, I can't remember the guy's name now, so I feel like an idiot even trying to quote it. I do have the name written down somewhere. Is the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And even though it's outdated, it should be good people, not just men or whatever, because it's irrelevant what gender you are.
Yeah.
But in general, the whole concept of evil and negativity and all this violence will always win and always trump any positivity if good people sit by and do nothing. We can sit here and we can go, gun violence is bad, something has to be done about it, and then everyone goes about their daily life.
Yeah.
Someone has to take that by the horns, and we should all be working towards to help mental health more than anything. Forget guns even, mental health is what everyone needs to work towards. And the only thing that's going to fix it is for us, all the good people in the world, that which there are plenty of, to do something can really help and sort something out, because mental health, as we know, is a very big issue.
What do you think about people being offended that everyone started talking about gun control an hour after the attack that happened in Florida?
I don't like. I think I can't stand the word offended anymore. I actually hate the word offended. I'm offended by when people use the word offended, because it's ludicrous. People
barbaric.
It's
barbaric.
Yeah,
I love the word barbaric.
Use the barbaric in every context. Doesn't even make sense.
That's barbaric, bro. Yes, that's barbaric.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no. What's your point? What's your view on it?
What's the question again? I've lost train of thought. Barbaric took me out of my thought process.
People were saying about...
Oh, yeah, that's it. Offensive, right? Sorry, it came back to me when you started talking.
Well, so people were saying, people were saying that they felt like it was too soon to be talking about gun control straight after the attack.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The best... on it, this sounds really stupid, but Ricky Gervais could go into doing philosophical writing, and it would be some of the best philosophical writing anyone's ever read, because he truly can open your eyes to just how stupid people are being. And offensive is one of those things. It's like people truly believe that being offended is more important than fact and their opinion and their feelings. Like, yeah, we should care about one another, but realistically, just because you're offended by something doesn't mean that that should be changed.
No.
Because the very good point that he makes is people coming onto his Twitter page and saying, I don't think you should be saying that. That's offensive. And he says, well, you're following me to see that.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, well, I can follow you if I want. And he says, well, that's like going into a town centre, seeing a sign on the billboard saying guitar lessons, and then picking it up and going, well, I don't fucking want guitar lessons. And he makes a very good point. It's a funny joke, funny gag. And he's spot on right. You don't follow him if you don't want to see, if you don't want to see his content. You can't complain about something that's not being forced upon you. You go out your way to find it. That's your fault.
But as we always say, this is the generation to be offended over everything. And my argument to them saying, well, it's too early to be talking about gun control. When's the right time?
It's too late to be doing gun control. Gun control, in essence, will not fix everything straight away. It won't even fix everything in the long run. It's not going to fix things, but there has to be a middle ground met. There's no reason to have AR-15s. That's a fact. There's no reason to have them. No. They can sit there and go, well, what if the government turn against us? Well, you're mental if you think that's going to happen.
And I know people. You think you can stop them?
Yeah, and if you think you can stop an army with nukes and tanks and jets and shit with your little AR-15, get out of town, mate. It ain't. You like shooting. Everyone I would love to shoot. If I was an American citizen and I lived in a state where you could own guns, bet your ass I would own hundreds of guns. I would love to own my own weapons and go shooting on a regular basis. But if the government turned around and said, sorry, we're going to have to take away your guns because, they're dangerous and there's no reason to have them, I wouldn't be like, well, fuck it, you get... Do you know, I would understand.
It's law. It's a law.
But what people have to understand, I don't want to get into gun control too much because I could honestly talk about it for hours, as I always have done, and I get really heated about it. But the Second Amendment was first of all, it's called an amendment, so yes, it can be changed. And second of all, because they always go, you can't change the Second Amendment. Yeah, no, you can. It's called an amendment. And the second thing,
amend the Second Amendment.
Yeah, and the second thing, to be honest with you, is when it was written, it was muskets and swords and shit. They didn't have these semi-automatic, murderous, ridiculous. You can kill someone from like 500 yards away in a second by just going. And yeah, sure, you have to be a trained marksman or be good at shooting. That's not hard to do if you go 2 or 3 times a week. And if the mind boggles how they think there's an argument to keep some of these things, and it's.
You don't need an AR-15 to hunt and home defense. You don't need that.
Hunting, home defense, no. For fun, yes, I can completely understand. Fun, of course you do. Yeah, an AR-15 for fun, yeah, but.
You don't need an AR-15 to hunt or home defense. A shotgun is home defense because you can point the gun in a direction and fire, and whatever is in front of you, there's no spray. There's no spray and pray. You push it. But I'm a big believer is no one should have a gun, because yes, having a gun for self-defense does not work, because most people that have got guns, I'm looking at sexist me to say, but I'm looking at women that've got a gun in their purse. What are you going to do? Pull out the gun and shoot someone? No, you're not. You're going to pull out the gun. The guy or girl is going to look at you and go, what are you doing? And grab the gun off you, and you've supplied them a gun. I'm sorry, but unless you've actually trained yourself to use a gun, you should not be holding one for your lifestyle. You should not be holding one just in case you pull it out, even though you don't know how to use it. Unless you know how to use it, you should not have one, because all you're doing is supplying. The opponent, with a gun.
I mean, a lot of people just do it because they're scared.
Yeah.
But the point of needing an AR-15 for fun is like, it would be the same argument with someone going, okay, well, you're saying you want it for fun. That's fine. That's a viable argument. But then let's make all the drugs in the world illegal, because a lot of those are fun. Yeah. But no, there's no argument for keeping something because it's fun. However, there has to be middle ground, right? AR-15s, right, that's stupid. That is just straight up stupid. There's no reason to have them. I'm sorry, no one will ever change my mind on that. A pistol or a shotgun, I can kind of understand, although a pistol should be more illegal because it's concealable. You can have it in your back pocket, pull it out any time, and kill someone. At least someone walking down the street with an AR-15, you see it coming. Shotguns are probably the most passable weapon because they're not as easy to go around and mass murder an entire room full of people.
Well, who is it I was listening to on a podcast?
But there was a very good advert that came out just after, I think it was after Sandy Hook, so a couple of years ago. An advert came out where a guy walks into a bank, or it's like an office full of people. It's an American advert. He walks in with a musket, pulls it up, kills someone straight up, just shoots someone dead. Everyone else runs out the room, and then the advert comes up about gun control and the Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment was written for when the weapons were like this, and only one person would get shot out of 15 people.
Yeah.
I mean, look, go and look up in Australia. They had the biggest mass shooting in Australia in history of Australia. It was
Is it on the beach?
on the docks. It was on a it was on
Oh.
it was on the docks. It was
Where was the shooting on a beach? It was about 5 or 6 years ago. Really better. Was
the terrorist attack in Tunisia.
Is it Tunisia?
Yeah, that was a terrorist attack though.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. No, there was one with an Australian person who was mentally ill. Again, all goes back to mental health. I'm sorry, but it does. He took an AR-15, some sort of like freaking big old 7.62 assault rifle, like a G3 or an AK or something, and he just strolled up into this cafe on this dock and fought fortuitous or something. It was fought something in Australia. This was just before they banned guns, because they used to have guns in Australia very similar to America, and they banned guns very much so after this. Fought something. If you can look it up, that'd be great. And yeah, he walked into a cafe, and I think they said within 30 seconds he had killed about 15 people, because he walked into a cafe with his AR-15 and just went, right. He had an extended magazine, like 60 rounds or whatever he had. Just went, people were sitting down with their family, their kids, their nan, their grandma, their mother, their sister, their daughter, their wife, their husband, just chilling. And he just went bang, 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 bang. One guy stood up and shouted no before he was shot dead, because this is like some people did survive it. And it's like, why are people thinking that that's a viable thing to have? And yeah, I think I just get me off of gun control, because I could go for hours.
I'm trying to see if there's been any updates to what's going on with the whole Russian thing going on. But there's meant to be an update at 7 o'clock this evening, but there has not been anything. But the US students are doing walkouts for gun reform. They're doing workouts. They're doing walkouts of school. Yeah, and I'm completely for that. I mean, peaceful protest, as long as you're not blocking any roads, harming anyone, do it. Just because you're protesting does not mean you have the ability to hold someone up to get where they want to go. Because all you're doing is stopping your fellow citizens to not, do that. So protest by all means, just don't piss off someone's day. So they're doing a walkout, and they're basically not bothering anymore with school until they reform the gun laws. But you can't get rid of guns in America.
No, you can't. It's too far gone. There has to be something in between. You can't just get rid of all of them. You're never ever going to do that, and you'll just end up leaving the people that lie and that are deceitful and that are criminals with guns, and people that are honest civilians that are willing to give them up without them. So it will never work. There has to be a middle ground though, and I feel like there has to be complete unanimous decisions made on that. And just to confirm, Port Arthur was the shooting I'm talking about. But go and listen to. There's another podcast called Case File that did a very good description of Port Arthur and what happened, the events. If you get a chance, listen to that. If not, just go and read it on Wikipedia. It's the biggest mass shooting in Australia. It happened. I can't remember when it happened. It was like sort of late 1900s or early 2000s. And after that, they just straight up banned guns. There has not been a mass shooting in Australia since, and they had very, very similar, in fact, more relaxed gun laws than America does now. And everyone in Australia had guns, this massive country, and they changed the law. They said, right, no more guns. Australians went, yeah, fair enough, here you go. Hasn't been a mass shooting since. I mean, look, it may not fix everything in America, but if Australia is a good sort of model to go by, it bloody worked for them. So there has to be something that can be done. Port Arthur, go and give it a read. It's a horrible incident, but it will really put into perspective why AR-15s have no excuse to be in civilian control or ownership. Period. Simple as that. Pistols, shotguns, maybe. Maybe that could be argued for self-defense or for shooting, hunting for enjoyment. They have to be locked in a safe, obviously, the same kind of laws now. Mental health checks have to be done. But an AR-15, just get the fresh out of town, because there's absolutely no argument for that. And
Yeah.
I think that people people basically just want to keep it because they love it. And it's like, I get that. People love. It's like if I don't know, just get me off the topic. Move
Yeah.
on, please. Yeah.
All right. It's an annoying thing because we talk about it every single week, and it's just fucking. I can guarantee that in 2 months' time there'll be another shooting we'll be talking about.
Yeah, and then everyone will forget about it, and they'll go, something has to be done about these damn guns.
Yeah. Right, let's answer some questions for a little bit. How long have we been going for? About an hour. We'll call it soon. We can't go too late because we didn't even tidy the office up from yesterday when we finished the long stream. We were doing it for about 7 hours yesterday.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah.
Right, so let's answer some questions. What was the moment you said to yourself, "Geez, I'm poor"? Feel free, if you're watching this as well on Twitch live, if you guys want to drop in some comments, we'll read them out. What was the moment you said to yourself, "Geez, I'm poor"? Do you remember that
Jeez, I'm
moment?
poor.
I get really nervous whenever I pay for anything on card. I get super nervous that my card's going to decline. I could have just been paid, and I get super nervous.
I do. Yeah, I do. I think everyone does though, because it's embarrassing. Not so much because you think there's no money in there.
I don't
but
care
it's
about
'cause it's
embarrassing. I'm normally getting something that I want, and if I don't have it, I'm gonna be real pissed off. Petrol is when I get like really like, oh, what. Like, I get annoyed that I'll have to like leave my card and have to drive back to like whatever home and get money or.
Yeah, no. For me, whenever I buy a suit, it's a bit it's a bit it's a bit
I save money, but I don't own it. I own a suit, but yeah, I own a suit, but it's not a very nice one. It's not. I wear it with black jeans.
Yeah, but no, when you go and buy like a full suit, and it can come to quite a lot of money, obviously, if you depending on how nice the suit is. When you buy it, that's when I get really worried about my car getting declined. But I think it's because it happened once before, and I don't understand why it happened, because I had the money in my account. To be honest, like since I haven't felt. It's going to sound really ridiculous. I mean, other than the fact that we can't afford the equipment that we want from MAViSMITH, or that we're like, oh, I really want to upgrade my computer, but I can't afford it, or I really want to buy this Ronin, but we can't afford it, or whatever. You know, I feel like that's when I feel like, oh god, we could really do with some money, because we really want to fund this channel and buy this new equipment. But the thing that I find with regards to, I wouldn't say I've felt, poor per se since I started working full time. Since I got a job, 5 years ago, I haven't necessarily felt. Ever since I got my first paycheck, I haven't felt like I was struggling for money severely.
Yeah.
Purely because I'm in one of those situations where I'm quite lucky, where I still live at home, so I don't have to pay a stupid amount of rent, and I have a lucky, understanding family that are happy for me to live at home whilst I'm earning money, and I'm still paying rent, obviously. But yeah, so I'm in a lucky situation, basically.
What do you hate most about spending the night at someone else's house? I hate waking up not in my own house. Hate it.
I don't mind it. I can't, if I'm hungover. There's nothing worse being stuck somewhere you don't want to be when you're hungover.
Like every single day, bro.
Whenever I wake up, when I've been on a night out and I haven't slept at home, which is most of the time, I barely sleep at home. If we go out drinking or whatever, I can't stand waking up somewhere else, because I wake up and I go, I'm so fucking hungover.
Was that Saturday?
That was bad Saturday, and I was like, I need to be at home in my own bed, in my own, watching TV with like a massive jug of water, a bowl, and like just like food that I can stomach, like crisps or chips. Like chips are like my reviving food. If I have some chips, I'm good to go for the rest of the day. But I just can't do it.
We went out to the Cube 2 launch stream on Friday night, and we got back. We didn't get food, did we?
Not on the way back. No.
Oh, shame.
I don't remember the journey home, by the way. I remember the train, and then I don't remember going to sleep. and I didn't even drink that much. I know. I remember getting in your sister's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a...
And we got home. And we got home, and GFA and I like to watch a.
I'm glad you continued that.
We like to watch a film called This Is the End. Now, This Is the End is a great comedy film with James Franco, Seth Rogen, Danny McBride. Who's the guy? Who's Chris? Is it Chris?
Which one? Oh, what not Jay? No, Chris. Who are you talking about?
Show me them titties. No, is it Shake Those? What is it?
Oh, Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson, that's it, yeah.
I was so confused about
him. He's one of my favorite comedy actors. Chris Robinson, absolutely great. But yeah, so we'll we sat down and we were like, well, let's put this on, and it took me about 10 minutes to sort it out, and finally sorted it out, and turned around, looked at GFA to smile at him because we were watching This Is the End, and he was passed out. And we didn't get to watch it, so I'm quite bummed that we didn't get to watch it.
There's a picture, you put it on the MAViSMITH Instagram, and you're like about to watch This Is the End, and then you pan over to me, and I'm just passed out on the sofa, like I was gone.
And I just went upstairs, went to bed. I was like, no, I'm done. All right. Any other questions that I can find? What is something small or common that you find really impressive?
Is this part of me?
Yeah.
Small and common that I find impressive.
Small or common.
Can you check that link out, by the way, that Clayman
Yeah,
just to see what it is? Because it's about Stephen Hawkins apparently, but it's called Boot Too Big. I feel like it's going to be about booty, and I don't want to load it up on stream yet. With regards to something small that I find impressive, something that happens day to day, something common that I still find impressive. Does it have to be something I witness every day, or something that just happens every day that I know is happening and I'm still impressed by it?
There was no rules.
Okay, planes, flying in general, technology.
Well, they're big, bro.
Yeah, but it's like it's not big news though. Oh, do you mean in size small? Okay,
Yeah.
A phone. This is probably one of the most impressive and most advanced pieces of technology you will ever own.
Let's have a look at some of the answers to that
it's insane to think that we have these in our pockets.
Watches
Well,
ain't impressive.
watches aren't
No one uses watches no more. If you wear a watch, you're an idiot. You don't use watches.
No,
I'm really sorry.
It's a fashion.
It's an accessory. You don't look at the watch for time. You look at your phone. If you look at your watch, get up to date.
No. People that have watches will look at watches for time because they have to feel like they've spent money on something worthwhile. So I see people at the office. You'll see someone. This is how you know someone's bought a brand new watch if they're doing this. That's a brand new watch. Give it a week, they'll be getting their phone out still. But I had it where a person bought a new watch, and he did that just to show it off. So I was sitting at my desk, and my colleague sat next to me, brand new watch, and every 5 minutes it would be.
Yeah, if you have a watch, you have a phone.
And you make it like this is me here, right? They make it, and he's got his watch on this hand. It's really obvious. He'd be like, "What's the time? I can't. I haven't got my glass on. Can you read the time for me?"
He's got like short sleeves on. He's like, sleeves in my way. What should you say? No, because you're on your phone. Everyone's on their phone. You know, we live in a world where people are like, oh, which phones weren't a thing. Everyone's on their phone. And most likely you look at your phone for the time. Firm believer that. You can't change my mind on that. I'm a firm believer. Fight me, at me, bro.
I want to watch, but it's a fashion statement. I want to watch because I feel like it accompanies my, like, if I'm wearing like a suit or something smart, I feel like a watch makes you look a bit smart, a bit like business attire. Makes you look a bit, it's nice. But at the same time, it's a waste of money because even if I owned a watch, the only time I'd check it is if my phone was out of battery, which on iPhones, like every other day. But yeah.
Yeah, whatever. What gets too much hate?
There's a very obvious answer here, and I feel like it's not the right one to say, but so I'm going to leave it.
I think I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, and I feel like we've spoke about that before, and it's just a stupid topic. I hate it, but yeah. What gets too much hate? Something. What gets too much hate? Right now, I feel like The Walking Dead's getting too much hate.
No.
Let me explain. Allow me to explain. I hated.
One of our viewers just put watches.
Yeah. I hated season 7 from that episode 2 onwards was awful, and all the first half of season 8 was dreadful. The worst TV series, well, the worst bit of The Walking Dead that they've ever released, hands down.
Yeah.
But the last couple of episodes have been a lot better. It feels like they're trying to claw their way back into a good storyline. Now, they've made a stupid ass decision, granted, and they've done something really dumb, but I was reading a review about the latest episode and people all saying the same kind of thing. It's everything that's happened this half the season has been better than the entirety of the last 2 seasons, pretty much.
Well, they're killing Maggie off.
Well, that's a spoiler.
No, it's not. They haven't come out of it. There's no rumours, but they're refusing to renew her contract. She's asking for more money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's asking for more money because she is one of the only remaining people in it that is big, and they're refusing at this. They haven't re-signed her contract, and it runs out something like 2 weeks' time or whatever.
Mark my words, that show will end very similar to how Lost ended, where it had a dreadful ending that they rushed because they either couldn't think of an ending or because of contract issues. And what will happen is Andrew Lincoln will probably be on the next ones to go. Like ever since Scott, who wrote the comics again? Sorry, Robert Kirkman. Ever since he left and cut ties with them, they've gone downhill massively. That happened obviously about a year ago. And yeah, that show is going to crash and burn. I don't think it'll end. I honestly think it might get taken down before it ends, or the last season will be bare bones.
It's an all-time low.
No, yeah, for
spoilers.
Viewership.
No, it's not spoilers. Viewership. And no, people in the chat saying spoilers. It's not a spoiler. It has not become. It has not come new or like.
It's not confirmed.
It's not confirmed, or it hasn't even been like rumored.
It hasn't even been. I haven't seen anything about it. It hasn't been hinted at, but.
But all I'm saying is, they're refusing to sign her, and she's obviously asking for more money because she is one of the last remaining actors. Yeah. So it's not a spoiler at all. It's just she is refusing to sign it. And who's the guy that plays the king? What's his name? Ezekiel. The actor put on Instagram like pay her. It was a picture of Maggie. So it's quite cool that he's risking his job to be like pay her, you know, because she's getting paid less than like Daryl, and they're the same characters. Daryl's not bigger than. If anything, I'm bored of Daryl as well. Daryl can suck a dick.
That entire show, like
the thing I hate about it, the thing I refuse to watch it now is because I'm just bored of it. They've ruined every character, and then I look back on it and I just. Seeing where it's going, I just can't bother. I can't bother for it.
Do you know it's very simple? We had a conversation about something else, and this reminds me of it. It's like a relationship. You want to cut ties, but you think about all the good times and think maybe I shouldn't because there's been some good times, and that's exactly the only reason. I look back at the old seasons, and
I'm really good at cutting ties now, so I'm cutting that fucking Walking Dead tie out of it.
No, I don't know, bro. Like I watched it. I just can't bring myself to stop watching that show, and I'm a little bit ashamed to say I'm a bit excited for every week that comes out at the moment. I'm actually back to that sort of, I can't wait to see what happens. But all of season 7 and all of begin season 8 was dreadful.
This is the top comment on the Reddit thread for Sunday cable ratings. Walking Dead goes even lower. I'm going to kill you, Rick. No, I'm going to kill you, Negan. Not if I kill you first, Rick. No, I'm going to kill you first, Negan. Not going to happen, Rick. Yeah, huh, Negan. No, huh, Rick. Yeah, huh, Negan. No, huh, Rick. Yeah, huh, Negan. No, huh, Rick. And so on and so forth. Tune to the next episode of The Walking Dead. No, huh, Rick. Yeah, huh, Negan.
That's very, very true. That's literally been the last 2 seasons. It's just, I'm going to kill you. No, I'm going to kill you. No, I'm going to kill you.
The problem is it's got too many episodes.
Yes.
There's 18 episodes. No show. Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, all have got 23 episodes, and it drags, and you can tell.
Yeah. The budgets, make the budget higher, make the episodes shorter. Also, lessen the amount of episodes. Do, 10 episodes.
The reason they killed off Carl was... Oh.
Bless you.
Thanks. The reason they killed off Carl was because he turned 18 and they didn't want to pay him for an
that
adult.
Can't be true. It can't be true.
Why kill him off? Why kill him off? There's no reason to kill him off. Even shock factor, kill off the son. He turns 18.
Spoilers for anyone that hasn't.
Oh, fuck
Up
off.
to date.
You're either watching it or you're not watching it. And if you're watching it, you'll probably think that's not even true because that sounds
To be
barbaric.
fair, it happened at the end of last season. It's been like 2 or 3 months
Yeah.
since that anyway. So,
I'm sorry, but he's just turned 18.
it can't be money things. Surely that show
But
breaks in to make
AMC
money.
are so picky about money. That's the whole issue. That's what everyone hates them for.
But Breaking Bad ran on AMC, didn't it?
Breaking Bad was a low budget show. There wasn't a lot in
Walking
it.
Dead a bigger budget? I suppose it is quite a big budget, yeah. And they had that entire episode of Breaking Bad with Fly, where he had to write an entire episode inside.
Yeah. I don't know. It's it's not very fun. Right, I've got nothing left to talk about, so we'll call the podcast here. It's a very short podcast this week. It's only about an hour and 10 minutes, just because we've got things to do and things to sort out. But we will be back to normal schedule next week, and that is Monday podcast. That is Wednesday plays, Friday, Saturday stream, and the YouTube channels. It's been a bit quiet on the YouTube front.
Really quiet
because we're juggling so many different things. That when summer comes around, a lot of stuff's going to be coming out.
Here's the speed of the YouTube channel right now, right? It's like this.
That's what it's like.
And then
Snail.
there's a couple of things that are going to be happening. Where it's going to be going like this.
Imagine like an old person on a scooter, and you have the rabbit, you have the turtle, and the rabbit button. We're currently on the rabbit button, right?
Turtle.
We're on the turtle button. Show us what happens when YouTube picks up.
So we're going along, right? We're just chugging along. We're just chugga.
And I'm going to flip the switch.
And then it's a chugga.
And
Basically,
it's insane.
It's a slow roll at the moment because we're trying to juggle a lot, figure a lot of stuff out, and get ideas that we have in our head onto paper and then onto camera and then onto screen, and that is a lot of work, time, and money, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And all of which we don't have that luxury right now. But there's an event currently going on in my life that will hopefully change in the next 3 or 4 months. That will completely change. Everything. Hopefully.
And we'll be able to put out a lot more as well. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to podcast number 30.
Turkey.
We're finally through the 29th, through the 20s. Felt like we were on the 20s for so long. We're now in the 30s for another 10 weeks. Incredible. To be fair, in 10 episodes' time, we're going to be talking about how the YouTube channel has taken off. So, all great fun. But thanks for tuning into MAViSMITH Podcast number 30. As always, you can catch us on Instagram, MAViSMITH UK, Twitter, MAViSMITH UK, YouTube, QRESQTL, because we don't have our own URL yet, but we are trying to get it, which we won't for a while, but just search MAViSMITH and you'll find it. The next stream, you can catch us Saturday?
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday. We'll update on Instagram
or maybe
when
both.
we know more, or maybe both. Maybe depends what we got going on.
Yeah.
And thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram to really keep up with all what we're doing and stuff. And if you're listening on SoundCloud or iTunes, drop us a message on Instagram, because we know there's no one out there listening. But if you do, drop us a message and say, hi, I'm a big fan. I found you from SoundCloud, because that'd be really cool. Even though you're not there, unless you're there. Anyway. This is thanks from Mav.
It's a thanks from GFA.
And together we're...
I was about to end this show. I had to click stop like that bit.
But yeah, tune in next Monday. Tune in Monday for the podcast, back at its usual time at 8 to 8:30. Thank you. Take us away. Take us to our Be Right Back screen that you haven't done yet.
Oh, it's happening. It's going to be good.
Cool. Take us away.
Gentlemen. Good night.